So you mentioned that you would like to have your own family and everything. And where are you at this stage? Have you almost achieved it?
Yeah, I would say, that mostly in interviews and in public life, I only talk about my music. And I think some people are like, yo, talk about, what you're doing here and there with your own private life. I don't really like to talk about it because one unfortunate side of the music industry or being popular is that it affects those things and it affects me behaving as normal or living as normal as I would like.
Okay.
And so I don't really talk about that much. But yeah, I'm on my way to being a family dude for sure.
That's good. Well, but we can talk about you, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
As you as a person. So you
Yes, ma'am.
mentioned that people see you mostly as the party guy.
Yeah,
And there's obviously more to you,
sure.
especially as the messages you bring out. Who are you? How would you describe yourself? Of course, there's one sunny, shiny part of you. And who are you, you know?
Well, I think I've been through different stages in my life. Like when I was in my late teenage years, I was very depressed. So I've been through years where I didn't know where my future stood, and I understand kids who are going through that right now. Um, so and then a little time after that, I got just upset with myself. Like, what? Don't just sit here and blame the world. Like, and don't blame yourself neither. You didn't put yourself here and put all these problems that you do have on you. Everybody got their own cross to bear. Everybody does have their own set of problems. But we tend to let those problems lock us up and let us believe that that's just how it is. And we tend to complain a lot more. And after that time in my life, I kind of was like, nah, get vexed with yourself. Be prepared for any opportunity that could come your way. And I tried to become more of a rounded person. So I say today I'm much more of a rounded person than I was then. Um, I got my whole game together. Decided I want to try music. I want to really go at it. Um, uh, and became forceful that way. And then a lot of joy comes to your life when you do things that you really like for a living, I think. And so I like to encourage kids to kind of look to the things that they like, or even parents to notice what the kids like in their life, and put them on that path without just saying that's what you must do. Um, give them things that would inspire them in that direction. Because I thought I wanted to be a Olympic swimmer, and I was like, yeah, that's what I want to do, and I still wish I did it. Like when I met Usain Bolt, I was like, yo, you took my dream, but we always tease each other. He's like, no, you took my dream. I want to be an entertainer. It's funny though, but yeah, after that time in my life where the joy starts to come, you're like, oh, I'm achieving what I wanted. I focused on it. I was ready for the opportunity. I wasn't overly pushing myself in people's faces. So I think I got to be more of a rounded person. And there's still things that I need to be fully aware of and rounded thoughts about. I think that life is about balance, and you got to balance your perspective. Because I've tweeted that before, and I think it's one of the most. I don't tweet very much wisdom, but I tweet a lot of crazy stuff. But when I said that, I was like, it's true, because you have to balance your perspective, because what you know and grow up in, or what you've learned to this point right now in your life, there's always some other perspective of someone else that might change that a little bit. And in 5 years, you may have been affected by that one thought that somebody else contested your own thoughts. So yeah, I guess now I'm much more fully rounded than I was, and I'm looking to be fully oriented with all kind of other things later on in my life too. So
Okay.
that's the type of person I
Okay. It's
am.
very, very interesting. Well, coming back to the point where you said that you also were in a depression and about balancing your options, was there a point where you had to decide, like, either I'm going to the Olympics or I do music? Was there?
That was more a gradual thing.
Yeah.
When I was about 19 years old in Jamaica, once you're over 19, you're a senior swimmer.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's that way everywhere else in the world, but you know, um, most of the people who at age 17 in my country, like where I came from, was like, I want to go to school abroad. Everybody in my class then, they were all talk about, yo, I want to go to college in Miami, in the States, in Boston, in, you know, England. They had links they could go. And I just didn't have those links at the time. I did not also have the grades at the time. So it was like my whole lifestyle was, you know, swimming. I would swim. This is how rigorous the schedule was. Sometimes early morning swimming sessions at 5 to like, it's for an hour, 5 to 6. And then at lunchtime, you do weights. And then after lunch. And then like in the night, like you train from about 5 to 7:30. Sometimes I do water polo after that. Then I would leave there and go home, sleep, or try to do homework. But it was mainly around swimming. And then my social life was like on the weekends with the same swimmers.
Okay.
So we'd see a lot of each other all the time. All the time it was a great group of people. But then when they, one by one, started to go to college, and the competition and the friendship and all of that started to kind of be out of my life. It wasn't a hard decision to say, well, do I stay from here and try to become an Olympic swimmer, or do I try to capture my dream of trying to make music? So there was a point in my time for about 3-4 years I was like, let me try to do it all. So I would go to school I would go to swim training in the morning, go to school, go to swim training in the evening, go to the studios at like 9 o'clock at night, smelling of chlorine. And I go into the studio to sit down and absorb everything. For the first couple of years, I didn't get to record nothing for no one. I just hear what people is talking about in the music industry, hear about like what's hot, what's not to people, and gather an opinion of it. So then after a while, it gradually just became more and more of an interest to me, and more of the thing to do. Yeah, so it wasn't really, oh, I'm going to stop swimming today, I'm going to be an artist tomorrow. It was a few years.
Well, thank you very, very much for
you.
giving the interview.
I appreciate
And yeah, that was it.
Okay,
Have a good day.
I'll see you next time.
Yeah, sure.
And next time when you see me, you say, Wagwan.
Wagwan,
Let's think of
is
what's
the thing.
happening, what's going on.
What's going on? Wagwan.
Because you have to know that when you come to Jamaica, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Otherwise, I just say, atta, atta, and yeah.
All right, cool.
Them gal crazy. Okay, so have a good day, everyone.